All right, guys, so we're back with the F-Type. I had a check engine light for about 2 weeks now. I sent the car to the shop to get the check engine light checked out because it's still under warranty, but the shop was just taking too long, and they kept giving me excuse after excuse to get it diagnosed, so I just took it back and I'll just figure it out myself. So, let's check it out. Okay. So as you can obviously see right there, we got the check engine light on. I already ran the codes. It's a P2187.
That's what I'm doing in here.
P2187 and P2189, I believe, which is lean at idle code. So the first most obvious thing that everybody says to look at when you have those codes is the PCV diaphragm, which is, come here, can you see this right here, which is this little part right here. And I've already replaced that and reset the codes, and it changed nothing. So yeah, this was already replaced. So now what I'm gonna do is use a smoke machine. Got to figure out where I'm gonna put the smoke machine, which is over here. So go ahead and get this hooked up. It's a little smoke machine that I bought off of Amazon. I already filled it up with oil. Takes baby oil. Runs off of 12 volts. Has a little hook. Put it right there. Tighten this down. Change the angle of it. Got my positive terminal here, and then I just need to ground it, which is probably a ground right here. Yep. Alright, so I know that works. I'm gonna turn it off for now. And normally I would have just put it right here on one of the intake lines, but this has two, and they run all the way down into the fender well. So I mean, I do want to check them because from what I've heard, this bendable part right here is usually what cracks the flex part. But if I can find a different way, like one of these lines, to just access it through there. But some of these lines that look like vacuum lines are actually coolant lines, I think. Like this one, I believe, for an example right here, because this runs to the radiator, and then this looks like a vacuum line. But it's not a vacuum line. Yeah, because it runs to the reservoir right here, runs to there. It looks like a vacuum line, but it's not a vacuum line. So I gotta find a good vacuum line that I could trust, that I could smoke up the system. And it's not easy. So let me figure that out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I decided to put it here. I removed this line right here. And this just runs to the valve cover on that side. I'm gonna fog this one separately, but for now I'm gonna fog it this way. So I didn't really have nothing that'll fit in there, right? So I used the bladder that comes with it. Usually everybody say they don't know what this bladder is for, and same thing, I don't. So I just put it there. I'm assuming it's gonna make a nice tight seal. We'll find out right now. And then I used the exhaust. This is the exhaust bladder, or whatever it's called. I just shoved it in there, pumped it up to hopefully give it a tight seal. And then I stuck the other piece that runs into the machine this is where it goes into this adapter. So I'm gonna try smoking it and seeing if it, for one, I'm gonna see if that holds. All right, so there's smoke coming out of here. There's no smoke coming out of this little area that I rigged up. It says it takes time to pressurize the system. So we're gonna let it pressurize and then we'll come back with the results. All right, so the smoke machine did me no good. I tried that area, I tried reversing it, didn't do nothing. I tried unplugging there, didn't do nothing. I don't know if I'm not using that machine right. So I started looking around this area because I know this is one of the areas that is prone for causing this code tool if it's not the membrane. Because like I said, that membrane's been replaced, it's brand new. And I noticed that this right here snapped, as you can see, because I have the other half in my hand. And this runs under there. I can't really show you, but somewhere down there, that line runs from there back. So I'm gonna have to figure out what this is called and try replacing it and seeing if that's what it is. I mean, that's the only thing I can see that would that's broken. I don't know. I checked this car before, made another video before, but it didn't solve the solution. I don't know how I missed this. Maybe it's because I was looking for vacuum lines to actually plug the smoker into, and in the process of doing that, I found that. So I'm gonna get that replaced and see if that fixes it. All right, so I got this part all rigged up. So it goes under this. I can't remember the name of this. I know it has something to do with the whole symphoner or something like that. It's what makes the car in the inside, you're able to hear the exhaust noise and stuff like that, the fake noise. So underneath it, there's a plug that it goes in through the bottom. That's why one is at a 90. Well, they're both at 90s, because they're both 90s, but one's facing this way and one's facing that way, because one goes underneath it like that, and then the other one goes on the side. So let me see if I'm able. Okay, so I might have actually put this in the wrong direction. Yep, I did, so let me fix that. All right, good. So if you come right here, I believe it came out of this one right there. See right there. See this? One of them came out of here, and that. So I'm gonna put this one back there, and I know the cable traveled underneath here like this. So there's one underneath. I can't really show it because I can't see it myself either. I have to find it by touch. Right, just barely made it long enough, almost perfect. Now I got that pushed in. All right, so my other code scanner hasn't been working because of the connection, so I'm going to use one of my cheaper code scanners to reset the check engine light, and then we'll turn it on and off and get it through a couple of on and off cycles, and drive it around and see if this check engine light comes back. So this is my cheap AutoZone one, and on position. So I believe I got those codes right. When I said the P2189, yeah, P2189 and P2187, P2187, and it's just the same thing over and over, even though it says I got 6 of them. And they say they're permanent, so I'm gonna erase them. It's not gonna erase the permanent ones because this tool isn't strong enough for that, but it will make the check engine light go away, and the driving cycle should get rid of the permanent ones on its own. If not, then I'd have to buy the adapter for my good scanner. All right, so let's see what we got now. check engine light's gone. I'm gonna drive it around a little bit and see if the check engine light comes back. If it comes back, it'll be a failure. If it doesn't, then great. All right guys, so we're back. This is a few weeks later. So the video is jumping. I have not been able to figure out where I'm getting this air leak from. So today I'm going to remove the rim, which I already did. I'm gonna remove the plastic coverings over here and get to the air intake and try to do the smoke machine from the intake on this side and see if I can see where it's coming from. All right, so we already got the plastic from the wheel well out. Now I'm going to be hooking up the smoke machine and seeing if we can find the leak. Let's see if we can get a better view of what I'm doing here. All right, so now I'm turning on smoke. We're gonna give it a few minutes to pressurize and see if we see any leaks. All right guys, we found our leak. Maybe from this angle you see better. Right there. So right out of that plastic tube there, that is where we're leaking from. Yep. Good job, machine. I've been trying to figure this out for a while. I couldn't get the system pressurized because I have another intake line right here. So I had to use a piece that came with it, the thing that pumps up. I believe that's for exhaust or gas tanks or anything, it doesn't matter. It just pumps up like a bladder and you can press a button and it bleeds it out. So I removed the actual filter box, plugged it up, got the system pressurized, and we found our leak. Broken pipe right there, thank God. Looks very easy, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that pulled off. It looks like two little torque bits. I got a T30 right here. I found my 230. I forgot I used it to plug in the line that goes here. This is the line that you send the smoke in through from on this part when you're using it, so I had to plug it in so it wouldn't come back out. So this part right here should be T30. And yep, it's a T30, so I'm gonna get that off. Let me get that off and I'll be back. All right, so far right now, in order to get to that hose, is connected to something down there. I have to unplug all these connectors, hoses, and I'm trying to get this out right there. You see where that little screw is right there, my finger's pointing, and I guess that is a coolant line, because when I pull this out, a little bit of coolant came out. So I've got to get that off in order just to get this hose off. All right guys, so it's been a long time coming. I finally got the part out, which is this part right here, and this is the pipe. Well, right here, this is the pipe that was broken. I ripped the other piece off just so I wouldn't lose it. I know this is all part of that system. I forgot what it's called. I think I said it earlier in the video that it just brings the exhaust noise into the car so you can hear the you know, the artificial sound inside of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just replace this piping. If I can't replace just this piping, then I'm going to have to replace this whole thing. And it was pretty difficult to get to, so I'm gonna look up on the manual to see the right way to do this. I know the way I did it was definitely not the right way, but I got it out. So yeah, that's it for now guys. It's getting late. We finally found the culprit to the check engine light on the F-type. Stay tuned to the channel. and hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. Check out some of my other videos, and stay tuned for more future videos.